Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another great episode of False Start Thursday. We are back, baby. It is, it's the final, I guess you could say like the final episode of the season, and then we'll go into the off season. I mean, we'll still be here every Thursday, but, we wanted to get our feelings about, or share our thoughts, of the big game, what happened Sunday. Some of the guys already decided they were going to take a vacation, you could say. For old school fans of this program, we used to do a little thing called Buffoon and Bodkins every Monday night. So it's a little reunion show tonight. Just me and my guy, Tanner. And we'll kind of run through the game itself and our thoughts, and we'll get into more of the off season probably next week and things like that. Kind of maybe we'll look into like what each team kind of needs. We'll look, we'll talk about this fucking draft. You know what I mean? I'm gonna dive into it. One of my least favorite things. But Mr. Tanner Dawson here tonight to join us. Old school reunion for Bodkins and Buffoon and Bodkins show.
Remember the old intro music?
Tanner, what's up, my man?
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh,
yeah, we didn't get the 70s porno music,
Not this time around, but I need to get that back on reserve just in case.
I don't know if it's you or me, but I feel like we're definitely something's off.
You're lagging again. Yeah,
says I'm strong. Yeah, I'm frozen. I think you're frozen or whatever. I don't know. Hold on a second. We'll just.
It's my favorite thing. Nick and his computer. It's not even his internet. It's just computer now.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Are we good? Hold on. There we go.
Yeah.
Are we good? I think we're back.
Yeah, you good? Better? Are you better?
My internet is. Are we good now?
I hear you.
Hey, all right. I think we're good. Just like old times.
Yeah. It's true, man. It's true.
Yeah. Very, very much like old times. And we didn't get the 70s porno music in, but I mean, let's jump into it. The Seattle Seahawks, who would have thought, 365 days ago, or even, week one, that the Seattle Seahawks would be your Super Bowl champions. But, when you did realize it about halfway through the first quarter, that the Patriots, unless they got some sort of points, defense or special teams, that they just had nothing to offer offer in the game.
Yeah. No, it was, you could tell the difference. Like, it was a defensive battle, which we all knew was a defensive battle going into it. But right. It really solidified itself in that first quarter and a half that you knew somebody needed a big play, especially New England, to get something going. Even with Kenneth Walker, rushing, he had over 80 yards in the first half. Like it still wasn't enough to get that touchdown momentum that Seattle was hoping for early on, but they had control of the field. Patriots couldn't get anything going. So you can really tell that Seattle's defense was the best defense this year in the NFL, easily.
Yeah, I mean, they had the best defense, and then even though like you're just like, well, Seattle's offense was just good enough to get into field goal range, and unlike most teams, Mike McDonald said like, hey, I'm okay kicking the field goal because my defense is good enough. They're not going to be able to score on us at all. So as long as we don't do anything too stupid, we're going to be able to at least, kick some field goals, and we're going to be Super Bowl champions, even if we just kick 6 field goals. I mean, 5 field goals, what Jason Myers had. And you know what I mean? There for a while, you thought he was going to be MVP because that's about the only offense that we were getting going. And then, there was pretty much a pick 6, I guess you could say, in the game. And then, Seattle's defense got that score, but it's just like, man, I felt early on the Patriots trying to jump some routes, they were close. I felt like in that game, the Patriots, there's like 2 or 3 plays, like it's just like, damn, they were this close to getting a turnover, interception, a strip sack. It's just, and kudos to Sam Darnold, for not committing that turnover. In fact, they went all postseason not having a turnover.
It's true. It's true. Sam Darnold needed to do what he had to do, which is don't turn the damn ball over. And, but it's also Drake Maye went against 3 of the toughest defenses in a row in the playoffs, including the Super Bowl. Like, yeah, his O-line's young. It obviously showed a lot that it's young, but I think the big thing, yeah. Like it was already a tough uphill battle for him coming into this game. So from offense, but I think the impressive thing too with Seattle's, New England coming into this game on the defensive side, they were second best against running backs, and Kenneth Walker ran all over him.
Yeah,
all over him by himself. And it wasn't. But if you look back and look who New England faced running back wise, there wasn't a Kenneth Walker involved in the last 5 games.
And Kenneth Walker made himself some money on Sunday.
Heck yeah, he did. Heck yeah, he did.
Yeah. First MVP, running back MVP since Terrell Davis against my Green Bay Packers way back in the day.
Who would have thought it's been that long? And with all the great running backs we've had in between.
The Marshall Faulk. You look at some of those guys, like they had some. There's been some guys, and it's just like, man, kudos to Kenneth Walker. They had to give it to somebody. Sam Darnold, while he played a clean game, didn't have like a spectacular game to get it. They weren't going to give it to the kicker, right? So, kudos to Walker. You would have liked to see him get the touchdown to really solidify it, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
you could have given it to Seattle's whole defense. Really, like their defense just shut everybody.
Well, yeah,
down.
Towards the end after that pick, that from a live betting aspect, right? I got luckily I got Kenneth Walker at plus 385 still before his his big run that put him over 80 yards initially. So I got a good deal on it. But as soon as that pick 6 hit, man, I was just putting a couple bucks here on a couple of defensive guys, Hall, Witherspoon, everybody that was part of that, and of course Myers, and they were all in the plus 1200s. Kenneth Walker really had that thing locked up pretty early. But again, sometimes we've seen big plays like that happen. That is a turning point, which this necessarily wasn't a turning point because it wasn't necessarily close. It wasn't necessarily a game over deal. So, but at the same time, from a live betting aspect for MVP wise, you can never be too careful when it comes to MVP bets, MVP votes. It's crazy though. It was such
Rob says Seahawks MVP was Drake Maye. I didn't really feel like Drake Maye played super bad game. Like he was going in with a bum shoulder. 2, he just didn't have any damn time. The kid didn't have any time. They were from the blitzes, and maybe it's his job to pick up some of the blitzes, but even when they did pick up some of the blitzes, like they just didn't have an answer. And I was talking to Sam in the group chat. He's like, they should have adjusted. Everybody's kind of true and variable. They didn't have no adjustments. There wasn't any adjustments to be made. They could have played that game 9 times out of 10, and Seattle wins 8 of them. They could have played that game 10 times, and the Seattle wins 8 of them.
No, you had potential early drive extenders too, right? Stevenson being there, Hunter Henry dropping that key ball there early on in the game. That would have probably put at least close to a first down, if not a first down, I believe, at that point. Keyshawn Butte was non-existent. Stephon Diggs couldn't do nothing. Like, nobody got open anyways. So it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Yeah. When Maye had time, it was all covered in the back end.
Yeah, they had 2 big pass plays, and that was to Mac Hollins. And a couple of them were just prayer throws. You know what I mean?
Stafford doesn't win that game. Get out of here. Rob, stop.
I don't think their offensive line was horrendous. Like, they couldn't get anything going in the running game, No,
yeah. There was nothing in the running game.
Like, he was just, they offered absolutely nothing. And kudos to Seattle. And speaking of Matthew Stafford, like, they got to be looking at like, damn, man, we missed an opportunity. Because, like, they gave Seattle the hardest games all season, They played them late in the season twice and almost beat them twice. But, kudos to Seattle for winning both of those games. You can say what you want, like, oh, the Bills would have missed the Bills missed an opportunity. I think the Bills lose that game. Denver.
Oh, yeah, they do.
You know what I mean? There's
not
a team in the AFC
lose that game.
Yeah. That's how good Seattle's defense is, and they, and how well they played on Sunday.
It felt to me like the Eagles last year just came in ready to punch people in the mouth, and that's exactly what Seattle did coming into play. They went in and punched people in the mouth. So it felt pretty similar to that Eagles game last year, where they were ready. They had the energy on their side. They had the game plan. They knew who to take out of the game plan, aka take out Stevenson and Henderson, and go from there. So, who loses that game? That's true, man. That is true, Rob. I'll give you that one. So
the Steelers would lose that game too. No doubt.
But yeah, it just felt like different energy, right, between the Patriots and the Seahawks, and the Seahawks came out just like the Eagles last year, ready to punch you in the mouth and do whatever they got to do to disrupt your game, and that's what they did. Yeah. Even when Seattle's weakness was tight ends, and they took Hunter Henry out of that game. They made it difficult on Hunter Henry. Even Austin Hooper couldn't get nothing going. So.
Yeah, and we'll do the ESPN route. Like, for Seattle, like, I can't even ask Bo this. He was on TikTok Live. Like, can they? I don't want to know if they can. This team become a dynasty? Really? Like, can they win? 1 and 2 more Super Bowls, or whatever? Like, that defense, like, they're all pretty young, and that Sam Darnold's not making a whole lot of money. Like, they're not paying a whole lot of people yet.
Yeah,
and they could run this
back. Good question.
Mike McDonald seems like the real deal, right? Like the real, like a guy that's his culture, and they say he's the kind of the Sean McVay of defense. Like, it's they could definitely be a team that's going to be around for a while.
Yeah, but I think we're going to encounter this year too. Like, you're losing, your OC right after a great year.
Yeah.
Going to the Raiders. Like, how do you, like, we've seen this with Dan Campbell, with some other guys. Like, you lose certain guys. How do you respond? How do you rebound with losing some key coaches?
Yeah.
From a deep playoff Super Bowl team.
Yeah, and a lot of people, a lot of coaches said it's not your star players that leave. It's like the everybody starts nicking off of them, right? Like the special teams guy, or
the role players, man. Yeah,
all the role players, right? And even like you said, not just the OCs, but it's like the quarterback coach goes someplace, and this guy goes someplace. It is a little wild that it takes a while, right? I mean, that's what's so great about the Chiefs and like their run. I think the Seahawks could possibly have a similar type run, though.
Yeah, look, you got Kobe Bryant, that's a notable free agent, Rashid Shaheed, Boya Mafe, Josh Jobe, Joby or Joe, whatever, Kenneth Walker, and Tariq Woolen. That's some main key guys, some core guys in that Seahawks team that's coming up on free agency. And coming from experience, Super Bowl teams, you can't pay everybody. You can't pay everybody. So
Yeah.
I don't. I mean that's some key guys, man. You know, and you got option decisions to do with Jackson Smith, Devin Witherspoon. You could extend those guys. Leonard Williams being in the case there. You know, Cooper Kupp's right there in the mix there. Jaron Reed, like Wosu. Like you got there's more guys than probably what we're thinking of now. Now that I read that list.
Yeah,
it can be tough. It can be tough to keep a certain core of guys and yet be able to go out and get those kind of talented players. So it's I think Seattle has their work cut out for them on how do they try to retain some of that core, especially on defense, and what kind of moves you have to make that happen. But I have a little bit of faith in that they can kind of figure out majority of it and retain some of these guys for sure. So, dude, I see them being a theme next year. I don't know what kind of thing yet, but they're going to be a theme. If they can retain 3 or 4 of these defensive guys that are the key core to this team.
Yeah. I was looking for this stat. It was a stat about Drake Maye. Well, not really about Drake Maye, about losing quarterbacks. And I can't remember what it was. So I'm asking ChatGPT. I kind of remember what the question was. Lost in their first. It was like, so it's like 34 different quarterbacks have started the Super Bowl. So like half of those guys have obviously lost, right, or something. And it was how many out of so many of those guys lost their first time, and only 4 ever came back to win a Super Bowl. Like if you lost the Super Bowl your first time, only 4 of those guys have come back to win. And I was trying to think who those guys were.
There you go. Losing the first Super Bowl has historical career-defining hurdles. Yeah. Over 18 consecutive QBs failing to return to the big game after debut loss until recently. Lenny Dawson, Bob Greasy, John Elway, everyone won a Super Bowl after losing their first appearance.
Jalen Hurts, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess Jalen Hurts was the first quarterback in 33 years to return the Super Bowl after losing his first start. Yeah. So, yeah, and Jalen Hurts. So those 4 guys.
So those 4, Elway, Hurts, Len Dawson, and Bob Greasy.
Yep.
Elway was the first name I thought of, and then Hurts. I knew it was 4, but I forgot Len Dawson lost Super Bowl 1 and then come back and won Super Bowl 4. And then I didn't know. I never would have guessed Greasy. I didn't know he lost his first one.
Yeah. Greasy lost his first one. So, but it's crazy, dude. 18. You had 18 consecutive quarterbacks fail until Jalen Hurts broke that curse again. Since Elway. Yeah,
I mean, so it could. I don't know, and I think the Patriots could get back there. I'm a big fan of Vrabel and what he does. They had a lot of breaks this year. I think the thing about them is that's different from Seattle's the talent level, especially on the offensive side, is probably not equal, right? Like on the JSN's arguably top 5 best wide receiver in the league, and maybe top 3. Patriots don't have that. You know what I mean? And you
had a top 10 running back on the Seahawks. You had JSN that was came in last year being hot already. Get rid of DK, Tyler Lockett's out, like make him into the guy, and he stepped up into that role. And you have the Patriots on their side. You had a Stephon Diggs who's been injured and aging, and he's not the Stephon Diggs from 5 years ago, 6 years ago by any means. And you don't really have anybody after that. Like Kyle Williams showing flashes. Everybody else is kind of what they are. And then from a running back standpoint, Stevenson, he's been around for a while. He's fumbleitis at times. He's efficient, but he's not a top 10 guy. And even Trayvon's young. Like it's just young guys. Like the whole offense is young, pretty much, outside of a handful of guys. O-line young. But it is it should be encouraging the Patriots fans that, hey, we got here on this young team. And you probably got most of those guys out for another year at least or two,
right.
without having to have a big turnover. Now you can build upon it. Like they've learned that, like this, it's good for them because now they played against that, kind of know where their talent level's at. So like it should be encouraging for Patriots fans and not really a doom and gloom and like your Buffalo Bills or something or Cincinnati Bengals. Like you got a chance to come back to this, like to improve and look even better, especially on Drake Maye after his rookie year to what we saw this year. I mean, now you be consistent. You have Josh McDaniels. He's not going anywhere. We all know this. His head coaching days are done. So now you don't have to worry about change on the coaching staff. Now you kind of go from there. So there should be encouragement on the Patriots end.
Yeah, I think they could. I don't know if I'm not saying like they can get back there next year. I think it's going to take some time, but they're a team that you're going to have to watch out for as the years come, because I do think Drake Maye is a good quarterback. I just think he got beat up. He played hurt. His offensive line was, dog shit all game. Seattle did a lot of things, and some of that will take some time, right? Like some of those things will, he'll mature and get better. You hope, right? And then, their defense, and they got to get some offensive weapons. I mean, when Mac Hoss is maybe your best wide receiver at deep threat, at least that says something,
Hey, man, Matt Collins, always respect. I don't care if he played for the Bills for a couple of years. That guy is his walk-in outfits that he's had and his attitude, like just a general.
He's a guy you want on your team.
Badass, man.
Just not the guy that you want to be your number one.
You don't want him. He's not your number one. He's not a number one. Plain simple.
Yeah.
Not a number one. He's your guy, the role player.
Yeah. Back to over to Seattle. You got to kudos to their general manager, John Schneider, right? Like comes in and in 2 years, he says, "Hey, Pete, I'm done with you. You got to go. Like it's time for a change." Nails the hire in McDonald. And then they say, "Hey, Gino, it's time to go." And he goes, get Sam Darnold. You know what I mean? And like,
he wasn't afraid to make moves. That was the thing. He wasn't afraid to make moves. And you got rid of DK Metcalf, who wasn't like, it's not like he's old or anything. He performed really well in Seattle.
Traded DK to open up JSN as your number one. Like,
you cut Tyler Lockett, a fan favorite for how long there in Seattle? Yeah. Like you made changes that most GMs would shy away from, but I think he realized, and he wasn't afraid to you had to be bold in that Seahawks franchise at the moment, and you knew what you needed, and exactly what he did. He went after exactly what he had to do. Go free up the cap. We're not going to pay DK. Let's go out and make JSN. We got a number one receiver there, and now we can kind of draft around in the next couple of years and see what happens with this thing. Get out some aging players. Geno Smith wasn't going to be your guy by any means. Like he wasn't getting any better, but he probably wasn't going to get any worse. Just what Geno was. So you had to go out, and he took a stab at Sam Darnold, and who kind of showed last year playing against some big teams that he didn't act like he did, still like that was the scary part. So, but he did it, man. He went out and made the tough moves, despite maybe some harsh criticism. I'd imagine getting rid of like a DK and Tyler Lockett and all that, but he stuck to his guns, and well, look where he got him.
Rob says here for the next, which franchise would you rather be for the next 5 years, Seahawks or Patriots?
That's a good question, because you think about it, just from team stability standpoint,
I'm going to lean Seahawks. But I could see you could make a case for the Patriots, right? You got the franchise guy in Drake Maye, you got the OC and McDaniels, who's not like you said, it's not going anywhere. Like he's already been a head coach, and we know that doesn't work. Vrabel's not going to go either any place. I might have just talked myself into the Patriots after saying the Seahawks.
I think you just did. Look, I think for the next 5 years,
right? Like their owners proven the Seahawks are about to sell. Like their owners, they're about to get a new owner. They're trying to sell.
They're about to get new ownership there, and we already listed out of all the notable free agents, right? We don't know who's returning or the potential return. for these guys here. Like there's still some big names out there. You're working with 75 million cap space before some of these adjustments that could happen, which we all know cap space is fake if you're the right guy. I agree with you, Mad New Yorker. There's a lot of parity in the NFL.
It is, but
if I had to choose, if I had to choose between the two, I'm probably riding with Seattle. Honestly, I really am.
Yeah, I'm think I'm going to go with the Patriots. I mean, here's why. I mean, their owner. I mean, say what you want, but like they've had 20 years of great success, and I know that a lot of that was Bill and Tom. But I mean, they've rebuilt the thing pretty damn quick, right? I mean, in 4 years that here they were back at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but if I'm taking a stab at who has a chance to win the thing or at least get to the Super Bowl, Seattle plays in the NFC, man. Like,
they also use play a division this year. The 49ers ain't going to go nowhere, and neither are the Rams.
The Niners, Rams, or the Rams. Depending on what moves, the Cardinals ain't going anywhere. I was trying to talk myself into the Cardinals. I can't do it. I was trying to give some credit.
You look at the AFC East. I mean, you're playing the Jets twice. They're never going to get
it right. I like that. Yeah.
The Bills. Who knows what they're going to be? You got Josh Allen, but they're kind of in question mark at least the next 3.
So 50-50.
Dolphins. They probably ain't ever going to get it right. So give me the Patriots because at least you're getting the dance every year.
That's true. That's true. I guess at least you're getting to the playoffs in the end.
Once you're in the dance, anything, as we saw this year, once you're in, anything can happen.
It's true. That's true, man. That's just getting there is the point. Just getting there. That's what you need.
Yeah, I mean,
that's fair.
The problem is ownership. Well, you don't even know who Seattle's owner's going to be. They're up for sale right now. You got a couple $1 billion. You want to buy the defending Super Bowl champions? I'm sure we can put our money together and make a bid here.
You got $3.
Yeah. All the
JSN, you're going to get a $5 bonus.
I mean, imagine kudos to them because this is the time to sell if you're going to sell, right? Like,
like you're up high. Like, your franchise is the highest it's been. Yeah, let's go. Like, if you're going to do it, this is the time.
Thoughts on it. I didn't really think any of the commercials stood out to me as being great. I was kind of always in the middle of doing stuff for during the commercial.
Yeah,
but I didn't really way where I was like, oh shit, that's the best a great commercial.
There was I can't remember the one I really like. I think it was a Bud Light commercial probably or something like that. But there was a lot of CGI AI commercials going on. It felt less real commercials happened this time around. Like you could tell somewhere, but for the most part, to me, every time I saw a commercial, majority of it, at least what I saw, they were CGI, man. Like this was AI. This wasn't. I don't think they actually had people in there.
The Dunkin'
sitcom one and all that.
Huh? Yeah, the Dunkin' Donuts was all right with like.
That was the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah. That one wasn't. I think there was one with Ben Stiller I liked. I didn't mind. I thought it was pretty funny, but the commercials were lacking. Carlos, I also. What was your take on the halftime show? You sticked around for the Bad Bunny.
I did stick around for the Bad Bunny. That was good. I love the presentation, man. That was
I didn't know what that motherfucker was saying, but the show.
No idea.
Yeah,
but the choreography, the way they went just got the whole way, and like the whole little bushes were trees were people. I found out afterwards, and all this stuff. Like it was cool. It was different. It was different.
Yeah, I mean, he had a great presentation. I wish I knew what he was saying, but hey, I only took 1 year.
The beat was
Spanish
good.
One in high school. Yeah,
you know? I ain't got none of that. So.
And I don't understand the bitching about it, really, the complaints about it. Like, not everything is for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, guess what? Bad Bunny halftime show. You know what? That means it ain't for me, baby. That's okay. Like, but do I understand why the NFL did it? Absolutely. This guy was the #1 worldwide streaming artist. The NFL is a business. How do we get more people to watch the damn game? I don't know. Get the #1 worldwide streaming fucking artist. You know what I mean? Like,
look what he's done with look what he's done with WWE every time he's popped out. You know, like this is a guy known in the sports industry technically and has a great following. Like, of course, they're going to give it to a guy like that's where Bruno Mars, Lady Gaga came into play, right? Yeah. We've seen a whole bunch of other guys that come in because they're high quality known artists with they're going to gather all the views in. That's what it is.
It wasn't for me, and I'm okay for that. You know what was for me? The Eminem, Dr. Dre, and that halftime show.
I love that one. That's fun.
Right. That one was for me. You know what? Some of them it's not for me. Some of them it is, and it's okay. Like I don't need to go to. I don't need to go to flip to whatever the hell that shit was with Kid Rock was fucking trying to do. It's not for. I just, I'm gonna leave it on the game. And guess what? I ended up going to take a little smoke break at the time.
I also don't want to change channels during halftime because I'm pretty sure that Kid Rock thing ended up going past the start of the quarter.
Oh, it did.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I guess I don't know.
I saw more people complaining.
It's still going.
Complaining about it, like he was lip singing or some shit. I don't fucking know.
Are we surprised?
Like who cares? Like I just don't care.
I don't care.
I don't care.
The Kid Rock thing, I didn't understand it. It wasn't my thing, and I'm glad I didn't turn into it because it wasn't going to be my thing.
Right.
It really wasn't.
Yeah, Rob said the best. Imagine that the league that has an international game a week has people who are international performing. Right, exactly. Try to play a game. It's a business. Right.
Again, go look at what they did in Brazil. I thought the Brazil halftime show with the Chiefs game was awesome. I enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
No idea what they were saying, but it was awesome. It was a good time.
Yeah. And then you had, it was the Kid Rock. It was recorded? It wasn't even live?
I didn't even know that.
I didn't even know that. That's how much I don't fucking know. Carlos, the 20-point show is actually still going strong. Yeah. I don't think it is. Not for me. Not for me.
Oh man, I thought that time wasn't bad, man. It was. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I watched like 10 minutes of it, and I was like, I don't understand what this motherfucker's saying, but it looks cool. I'm just gonna take me a little smoke break, and I'll come back. You know what I mean? That's it. Right. Move on. That's all good. Guess what? I get it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I understand.
Yeah.
Any other aspect of the game that we need to hit on?
I think we kind of nailed it, really, man. There wasn't really a lot. Like it was a defensive game, so those out there hoping for a score fest.
The game was exactly kind of how I thought it would play out. Really, I thought the Patriots would keep it closer.
Correct, and they did for the most part. I mean, it wasn't blown up until the end of the third quarter.
Yeah.
So, but they had to start making they had to start taking chances somewhere. So you're going to get some kind of score at the end. Was it the Patriots Rams kind of boring game? Because that was a boring game.
Yeah, that was 6. What was that 6-9 game or some shit? That was
3. I think it was 3 or something like that. I don't know. 16-3, 17-3. I don't know. But like this game here, I thought was actually entertaining because it wasn't turnover after turnover. It was a lot of defense and a lot of sacks and a lot of disruption. Like for me,
the Seahawks punter. The Seahawks punter was on that guy. Fucking was. I mean, he was pinning them. He
was great.
Yeah. Kudos. He could have got it. Yeah.
Yeah, he had some really good punts, and I thought that was it the last kick he had where he kind of line drived it. More to just get it out, and it ended up being back by like the 10, the 5. Like it was a great little quick kick that ended up getting where he needed to be. So punts were nice. I started counting punts because I had a bet I was over 7.5 punts.
Oh, that happened in the first half.
Yeah. No, I was done by beginning of the second quarter.
Yeah.
We were already at 8.
I bet a lot of unders. I bet like Stephon Diggs under, the game under, first quarter under. Like, the game was kind of. I thought the Seahawks would keep it, or the Patriots would keep it close. By the way, I'm 0 for 4 on our Super Bowl show and making Super Bowl picks. So you always might want to hold your bets until I make my pick.
It's funny. You need to look up Rob Gronkowski. He was on, I don't know if it was Kimmel or Fallon or whatever, and they always seem to have him right before the Super Bowls, and he's 0 for 4 every time. Yeah. He goes, I'm not going to get this one wrong, so I'm going to pick the Patriots, and I'm like, oh god, and sure enough, there it is. There it is.
The Bodkins KOD lives live and strong, baby.
It lives, man. It lives.
Maybe I just need to stop going for these extra extravagant picks and just maybe if I just dumb it back down to like I do in the regular season, I'll win. But that's just not.
Well, what fun's that?
Yeah, exactly. That's not me, baby. That's not me. Yeah.
I didn't even check. Speaking of picks, did I win? Oh, we didn't really make
won the postseason. I think you probably.
I did win the postseason. Yeah, I did win the postseason. Yeah.
Dang.
I had to double check. Yeah, so I won the postseason. Sam came in second. So.
Yeah. Oh, you weren't the only one, Carlos. I was thinking. Me and Tanner didn't think it was going to be an offensive fest. People kept thinking that. I don't know why people thought it was going to be this. I never thought it was ever going to be a track meet, or I thought maybe for him to get to 20 would win.
The under was full in play before the game. No matter what you bet, it was the under for sure. Yeah. It was not an offensive fest at all. It wasn't going to be. Yeah, it wasn't shaping up to be.
No. Yeah. Well, that's it. Nice little 40-minute show here. I mean, we'll be back next week. Tanner and Scott hopefully be back. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We'll talk about the off season, and maybe we'll look at different teams. Maybe we'll go through each division and kind of talk about what each team kind of needs, before we get into the draft, and then we'll start breaking down drafts, and maybe we can do like rankings, rank the best quarterbacks, wide receivers, or something. Long off season.
I was going to say 2 weeks from now it's combine. So
yeah. Good old combine talk.
They're your favorite, man. Your favorite. I know you're
excited. The only thing I really care about is I like free agency. I don't mind the draft, right? I just hate all the draft talk prior to the draft. Because nobody fucking knows. No, but
you don't.
Oz the Mentalist is the only person that fucking knows, I feel like.
You don't know, man. You don't, at all. You're just talking speculation. But I think that's the fun of it. It's all speculation. Then when the games start, you're like, oh, well, they didn't use this guy at all. They should have.
Right.
It's like golden.
I like free agency talk. I like to see where guys go and what that'll look like. I mean, David Njoku pretty much said he's leaving Cleveland, so I think
he's out of Cleveland.
When they drafted him. Hot take: the draft type is so stupid. That's not really a hot take. I agree, Rob. I hate the like. I like the draft that don't like it. Yeah, I like the draft itself. I don't really like all the draft bullshit ahead of time. And then you also just don't fucking know, right? We don't know if this guy's going to be good or bad, or we don't know, you don't
know.
Let's give this team a grade. We don't know. We think we're going to try, but
you speculate.
At the end of the day, we don't know. You know what I mean? Who would have thought Sam Darnold would have an MVP, would be a Super Bowl champion before Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, and everybody else, Amen to Carlos. He says, I like draft beer. Yeah.
I'll take draft beer. Yeah. I don't hate it.
Yeah. Pitchers and catchers starting up soon.
Showed up this week.
Oh, yeah? Your brothers
They're showing up.
down in Kansas City, yeah. Or
yeah, he was there. He's been there over a week now. So
where do they do theirs at? Where the Royals do their
Arizona? Surprise.
Okay.
Yeah. So he left cold Kansas during the time before he got warmed up to head down to Arizona.
Nice.
Got to watch the PGA Tour down there. So is it PGA that was down there? I think it was PGA.
Yeah.
So, but he was pretty close too. Like you could hear the guys hit the tee off and hear the swing, just the whoosh. Oh, dude, it was nuts. The videos he sent, like you heard it. Like that's how hard they were swinging.
Carlos wants to know who's next year's turning point guest going to be. Probably Ted Nugent, if I had to guess.
No, it's going to switch around.
The Bad Bunny.
It's going to be Nelly, Murphy Lee. You're also going to have Jay-Z come out, and then Drew Hill will be your big slow singer for the day.
Drew Hill. Cisco? That group?
Cisco.
Wow.
Or get some dude, just all the old R&B guys out this time around instead of all the rock and country.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. I don't know if anybody had a worse week than Stephon Diggs. Him and Cardi B broke up. He lost the Super Bowl. You know, he might be going to jail.
Hell of a time, man. It's a hell of a time. What a way to lose the Super Bowl again.
Yeah. Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown's dead, Carlos. R.I.P. 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 A couple people we just had pass away. Lead singer of Three Doors Down, rest in peace.
Yeah.
And yesterday, James Vanderbeek, R.I.P. Moxley, Mox from Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues, yeah.
Yeah.
Insane, man.
R.I.P. to James Vanderbeek. Classic movie, Varsity Blues. Classic.
Yeah. It's a shame. Shame to see some of these.
My guy had better I don't know what's the word. Better morals, I think. Old girl would have came out to me with fucking wearing a strawberry, whipped cream bikini like that. Shit. Friend, no friend, girlfriend, no girlfriend, and shit. We hit on business.
I did.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be back next week. I don't want your life. We'll be back next week. Talk about off-season stuff and stuff. Most of the year, whatever. So, Kansas big win, by the way, the other night against Arizona.
Huge. And did you see Caleb Wilson for Carolina went down?
Yeah.
With a hand injury. Yeah. That's wild. What a break for them. That's awful for them. Maybe they can storm the court again. So,
first of all, why is North Carolina storming the court when they're beating Duke? Like,
that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Like, Kansas didn't storm the court when they beat number 1 ranked Arizona because that's blue blood versus blue blood. You're not allowed to storm the court when it's blue blood versus blue blood.
You shouldn't storm the court in general if you're a blue blood program. You're not allowed. Like, you shouldn't be allowed.
Yes.
You're not allowed.
Yes, exactly. You know who's allowed to storm the court? Like, UNC and Asheville, if they beat North Carolina or Duke. Like,
yes.
You know what I mean?
Like K-State, if they get another win, they're allowed to storm the court because, they might not get another win. So, that's schools like that in the lower echelon having a big win. Like, you're allowed to do that. KU, man, like I wasn't worried about it, and nobody should be.
North Carolina. If you beat Duke, you're not allowed to storm the court. You can talk all the shit in the world because you got bragging rights, but you can't storm the court. You're supposed to.
I loved it. I loved it. There was a North Carolina guy, my favorite. He was on X, and he was like, "Oh, well," he was like, somebody said like, "Oh, well, Kansas doesn't storm the court." And we're like, "Well, or this is Kansas," as somebody said. So he tweeted with the Carolina KU score from earlier this year and said, "This is Kansas," And I posted it in. I was like, this is coming from a guy's team that storms the court. Okay, dude, whatever you need to win, whatever you need.
Like
it's unreal. Like,
I feel
Michigan State, Duke, North Carolina,
Kentucky,
KU, Kentucky.
Yeah,
that's a good 5. I'd say that's a good 5. That you're not allowed to storm the court.
Yeah, if you are if you are ranked in the top 25, I feel like you're not allowed to storm the court unless you know what I mean. Like you have to be unranked and to be like a top 5 team to storm the court. That's the qualifications. Or storm the field in football, right? Like that's
I agree on that too. I'm not a big storm the field guy either. So act like you've been there. Act like you did it.
Yeah. It's different if it's different like Appalachians. Like I know that game was played in the Big House, but Appalachian State beating Michigan, like you're allowed to storm the field at that point in time.
Yeah. Like that's a high quality win for them. Yeah. Like that. Yeah. You're not going to probably see that for the next 5, 7, 8, 10 years. So.
Right.
It's a high quality win.
Yeah. Hey, wake up, people. Get educated. Yeah. Maybe we're just old and, get off our lawns, but that's just how I feel too.
Well, maybe they need to learn tradition, I don't know who these freaking young kids are, but they need to figure it out.
Figure it the fuck out. All right. Well, that sums it up. Okay. I've been watching a little bit of college ball now that, I got nothing else going on in life. Football season's over. Yeah.
Now the sports books are just dropping, deposit bonuses towards you all left and right.
Yeah.
Don't leave us. Don't leave us. Football's over. Don't leave us.
Yeah, DraftKings is like, hey, you got to deposit. I'm like, yeah, I do. Sure, I'm about to nail that one, bad boy.
Meanwhile, MGM throws a deposit bonus at you. You throw it in, and it's a bunch of $1 bets. So.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
I'll take those too.
Appreciate
it. Yeah. All right. Well, Tanner, what do you got going on the rest of the week before we get out of here?
It's a good question. Pretty sure we'll have lock it in at least one day, probably on Saturday this week here. So we'll go over the Saturday college football basketball slate and as well as with the NBA. And then buffoons happened last night. We talked about the Chiefs draft picks, potentials. We dropped 3 guys in the mix there. We kind of discussed yay, nay, like them, don't like them where they're at right now, and kind of just dealt with that. And then we had a little NBA topic finally. For a good old JG, he thinks Harden's going to put them over the edge. So they're in Cleveland.
Yeah, drugs. So. How much has he been drinking?
Probably drinking, man.
Yeah, Harden will never put any team over the edge. In fact, I would bet the latter. Like they would have done better without him than they are going to do with him.
They could have done a different guy, man. They could have done a different move for Garland. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
What'll happen is he'll look good now, and then in the postseason there'll be a game 6-7 where he doesn't bother to show up and cost his team.
No, you get closer to April and May, man. It's over.
It's tale as old as time.
Time's done. Yep.
I saw something too. It's like imagine telling a Oklahoma City Thunder fan in 2012 that Harden, Westbrook, and Durant would play for like 18 teams combined.
Yeah.
I think it is really is like 18 teams. Like it's a crazy amount of teams that they've all 3.
Well, Westbrook's bounced around a lot since he left OKC. So, and then we know what Durant does and Harden. So Harden just gets Larden and gets traded. Then he goes back to Harden for a minute and then gets Larden again. So,
Yeah, it's like imagine telling a Thunder fan that. I'm like, that's the fucking truth. Like, who would have ever thought? But
nope.
Here we are. All right.
Nope.
Well, we did do a head kicks and haymakers last night. This is, I don't know what I'm going to do this weekend, Tanner. I guess I actually got to spend quality time with my family because there's no MMA, there's no football. I don't know what I'm going to do. And there's like
start scratching. Just start scratching.
I was like, I gotta go for a walk and just walk like 20 miles this weekend just so I'm nobody. There's nothing. There's no sport for me that I love to watch this weekend.
Yeah. I guess we'll have the Olympics, the hockey stuff, right? So this weekend.
I haven't watched any Olympics yet. Yeah, I just can't get into it.
It's been on The Office, so I'll gaze upon it and watch it. But
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying like I'm at home and I watch the Olympics unless it's going to be USA Canada men's hockey again. Then I'll watch that because that was fun last time. So
yeah, but it's also
Canada
the time
is loaded.
Things aren't live. I think that's also my problem.
Correct. That's the issue. Yeah, that's my issue with it too. So with Milan having it. Yeah. But I'm definitely not going my way.
We're selfish Americans, man. Put that shit in the United States so I can fucking watch it live in the lifetime. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like we're gonna give you the most viewers anyway, so let's just put it up here. But it'll be good college basketball. Saturday we got Iowa State at noon, actually, at Iowa State, who just lost this few days ago. So they're gonna come in not only getting blown out by us, but then also losing. Coming at home in Iowa State, it's gonna be a crazy atmosphere, and I'm excited for it. It's gonna be a great game. So,
yeah. All right. Well, be a friend, tell a friend, folks. Like, subscribe, share. We'll be back next Thursday, 8:00 Central, 9 Eastern. So we'll see you then. For Tanner, I'm Bodkins. Catch y'all next week. Hit that outro, baby.
See you guys.
Thanks so much for joining us, and until next time, let's talk sport, friends. Thanks for watching.